Communication within a distance learning course requires special attention from the student. As you can guess, the most prevalent method of communicating online is through writing. Sure, you can always call your instructor or classmates and speak to them, but for the most part, you will be communicating via email and discussion board postings. This presentation will focus on the three major elements of electronic communication. First, there are the two types of online interaction, synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous communication happens when people interact at the same time. They may meet electronically at a specified time using a synchronous tool like an online chat room. Asynchronous communication, on the other hand, allows students and the instructor to communicate at their convenience. Threaded discussion boards, email, and blogs are all examples of asynchronous communication devices. This has the added advantage of allowing students to reflect on the discussion or the content before actually responding on it. Finally, this presentation will review netiquette. This is a term used to describe the set of rules that govern online communication. Asynchronous communication and activities take place outside of real time. For example, your instructor sends you an email message. You later read it and respond to the message. There's a lag time between the time the instructor actually sends the message and when you reply, even if that lag time is short. Messages on the discussion board can be added at any time by your instructor and read at the student's leisure. You do not have to read someone else's message as it's being created, and you can take as much time as you need to respond to the post. In an online discussion, students are expected to actively engage and not simply state when they agree with something. Student postings should build on or support a topic, shed light on it, or even turn the discussion in a new direction. Asynchronous activities take place whenever you have the time to complete them. For example, viewing videos, linked to the course site, reading a textbook, and writing a paper are all asynchronous activities. Here are a couple of things to consider when posting responses to discussion forums. Number one, know what your instructor expects. Some instructors put a great emphasis on student participation in discussion forums. This is understandable because the discussion forums take the place of the face-to-face interaction one would normally have in a class. Some instructors are very particular and have strict deadlines when the discussion posts must be submitted. In short, make sure you know what your instructor's policies are regarding the discussion posts. Number two, it's a good practice to first compose your posting in a word processor so you can check the spelling and the grammar. After checking the spelling and the grammar in the word processor, edit it and then review the posting. And when you're satisfied, go ahead and copy and paste it into the online discussion forum. Here are some specific tips for writing email. First, make sure that the subject line of your email is relevant. Your instructor and classmates should be able to tell what the topic of your email is just by glancing at the subject line. Second, when replying to an email, choose to include the original message in your reply for easy referral by the originator. Third, before you send your email, review it to make sure that it says exactly what you want it to say. A couple more things about email in an online course. First, don't forward someone else's email without their permission. Second, read your instructor's policy on how quickly he or she will reply to your email. This policy is typically found in the syllabus or the staff information section of the course. If your instructor does not have a policy, then ask. Keep in mind that instructors are not online and teaching 24/7. In contrast, synchronous or real-time communication takes place like a conversation. For example, your instructor may employ a chat session, which is another form of asynchronous communication, to deliver their online office hours. In a chat session, everyone gets online at the same time in a chat room and types questions, comments, or respond to those things in real time. Synchronous activities may include chat sessions, whiteboard drawings, and other group interactive work. Occasionally, synchronous activities take place on site too. Some online courses require instructors and students to meet at least once or sometimes even several times in person. much like hybrid courses. For example, lab sessions or proctored testing sessions may require learners to complete activities with other class members in real time on campus or some other determined location. Here are several possible ways an instructor can utilize a chat room. First, virtual office hours. That's right, many online instructors hold virtual office hours to answer questions in real time. Second is group work. This is possible but not likely. It's not always easy to get students online at the same time to chat because of their diverse schedules. Thirdly, general communication between students. Both types of online interaction are highly dependent on the written word. Unlike a traditional classroom where body language plays an important role in communication, online interaction cannot make use of such visual cues. Netiquette is a combination of internet and etiquette. Basically, it describes things you should and shouldn't do while communicating online. This is especially important in a classroom environment. Many instructors will have specific policies or guidelines for students to follow when communicating within the online course. Thank you for viewing this presentation. Please go ahead and complete the activity for this module. After completing the activity, you may complete the quiz and move on to the next module.